All right, May, here we go. Continue.
All right, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a tough teacher. but it's fun.
Okie dokie. Right, we're going to talk now about interview techniques and the sort of questions you might get in an interview and, oh, I'm losing my things here, and what sort of answers you should give during an interview. And then we're going to pretend to do an interview. Sorry. And first I'm going to let you be the interviewer, so I've got a series of questions here somewhere, and I'm going to let you ask me the questions and I'll give my answers, and then I want you to be the person being interviewed, and I'm going to ask you the same questions. Okay?
Yes.
And then you give me your answers.
Okay.
Alright? That's fun, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I'm sure you'll find that fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's true. I really learned.
Good, excellent.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to show you a little YouTube video first about interviews. Okay? So I'll pull that up for you, and here we are. And let me find it. Here it is. Alright. I think you'll enjoy this. I thought it was a cute little video. Okay, right, let's go back.
Think about that. What are we going to look
No,
for? We're going to look for
Stop. Lady. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to set this up. Alright. Here it is. And it's 5 minutes, okay? It is American, I apologise for that. I couldn't find one that was more local, so, you know. But it's still got all some same sort of good points, alright?
Now you're coming in. We're calling you. We're saying it's time for that interview. What are we going to look for as employers? We're going to look for the fact that you did your homework, so you're coming in with confidence. Your head's up, your shoulders back, you're smiling, you're looking put together, you're confident, you're ready to greet us with that professional handshake. Okay?
Before we go any further, I'm going to just show you this. This is the question you're going to answer at the end. So just quickly read through it and
After
just quickly read through it now. Just don't have to read it out loud. Just quickly read through so you've got an idea of the questions. There's only 5 questions, all right? And I'm not going to let you go back and watch the video again, so you have to think really carefully as you're listening to this and try and remember the questions. Don't look up and down, just concentrate on the video. But there's only 5 questions, so you should be able to, you know, memorize them fairly well. All right? And they're fairly simple.
Okay.
Okay? All right, here we go.
I have to do this because I still struggle with this sometimes. There is etiquette to the professional handshake, and that is that your hands should meet at the webbing, okay? Ladies, I love you, but the manicure handshake doesn't cut it, okay? And I say ladies because more so it's the ladies than the gentlemen who do this. So hands meet at the webbing. Nice firm grip. Gentlemen, you don't need to prove to me you can bench press 14,000 pounds. I appreciate that you're strong men out there, but just a couple of pumps, firm grip, look me in the eye, smile at me. It forces me to focus on you. You mean business. You're allowed me to now start to get to know you. We can move through this whole process. Lots of positions are going to be able to, lots of positions have functions that we can teach you. But personality, I can't teach you. And folks are going to work with you today in life. So smile. Look for some things that can spark some small talk. Maybe you walk in and you see, you know, a Sonics banner up there. Gosh, isn't it too bad that the Sonics aren't part of our city anymore? This tells me you can talk to me. You can make some small talk. You have interpersonal skills. You can work in teams. So use that personality. We can teach you many of the skills that you'll need to be successful. Okay? Even with very technical jobs, engineering, chemists, all these folks, they still want to like who they're working with. So show me that as you go into that interview. Enthusiasm. When you're there, you should want to be there. You've done your research. You know this position's a great match for you. So speak up. Talk to me. Show me some excitement. All right? If you're walking by a Ferrari rejection. We want that enthusiasm. The rest of these items, work ethic, dedication, being a team player, there are a lot of ways you can actually exhibit these that people don't think about. I have a colleague, Robert Lurch. He's the head of my business sales division. And he has a rule for the sales department. If you're going to a meeting and you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, don't bother. We notice these things. When you're coming in and you're prepared, you showed up early, you didn't come out of your car, ladies, all yanking up on all your nylons, right? Gentlemen, tucking in your shirt, tying your tie. We see that. My boss's office is right by our parking lot. And when we see candidates coming out, still getting dressed, coming out of their car, again, we laugh at you. And we remember you for things that are not very flattering. Dedication, you want to be ready to talk about the things that are engaging in ways that you can show you were really involved in these things you were a part of in school or your work. We'll talk about that more. Team player, I like to bring this up because tip for you, be nice to the receptionist. I had a receptionist down in Southern California. She was great. African American woman, just adorable, always impeccably dressed, put together, very professional. You know, folks would come in, she'd have to hand over some paperwork to our candidates. And after the candidate left, I would go out there, what do you think? Sometimes she'd say, they're all right. Really? Yeah, they're pretty good. But boy, when she had an opinion, so what do you think? Oh, you're okay. Walking all up in here with attitude, okay? I was like, good morning, I have some paperwork for you. Yeah, took the paper, sat down, didn't even say hi to me. Okay? Like, came up in here with, like she has a job. I don't think she has no job just yet. Right? Everyone could hear her, and everybody knew when she didn't like a candidate. Think about that. I was in the service business. We were cars to people who've been broken down, been in accidents. If you cannot be nice to the least of these, how am I getting ready to be good service to my customers? So there are a lot of ways you can impact that environment, that exchange as you walk into this interview. Traditional interviewing?
Right, okay. So, that last bit about being nice to everyone, I mean, it's so important because, as she said, the receptionist had an opinion on you as you came in for that job interview. So if you weren't nice to the receptionist, that receptionist is going to tell them and they're going to go, well, maybe we shouldn't hire that person. So it's really important to be nice to everyone in the company when you walk into a place. And it's not just the person interviewing you, it's everyone you meet along the way. Even that phone call you made to find out the name, that receptionist might remember you and say, oh, that lady May, she was really nice on the phone. So it's really important when you're applying for a job to be nice to everyone, okay? Okay, so I would like you now to answer those questions, please. me a question.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the question, you can just ask me, that's fine.
How should you dress for a job interview?
Well, how should you dress? Should you go in highly dressed? Should you
Casual.
Should you dress
Formal.
in jeans? Or I guess the answer I'm looking for there is you should dress in a manner that's appropriate for the position. If you're going for an executive position, you wear a suit. If you're going for a housekeeping position, you would probably wear a nice pair of pants and a shirt, or a nice dress or something
So-
like that.
so
it's
in general,
appropriate. It's appropriate.
Dress in
in
appropriate.
an appropriate way, yes. So
Is it why is it important to be early for a job interview to give a good impression?
well, what did she say in there? Because yes, to create a good impression, yes, so that if you're late, they think you're not really interested in the job, right? So you really need to show that you are keen and that you really like the job.
Or in another way that you're really interested in the job?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Name 3 things you must remember to do during an interview. I think I got it wrong.
That's all right. What have you got?
Confidence? No.
That's something you're displaying. Yes.
No, I don't think a team
No.
player.
Okay. So what were the 3 things that she mentioned? She mentioned eye contact. That you
Oh,
must
yes,
make
yes,
eye,
yes,
didn't
yes.
she? You must make eye contact with your interviewer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I understand
Yeah.
the question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the? She said eye contact.
Mhm.
I think enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. Yes.
And the other one is
Make sure you clean your teeth so that when you smile.
clean the teeth.
No, smile.
Wow. Oh yes.
She
You have to
said
smile. Eye contact,
smile.
smile.
Yes.
Or interest also, right? Enthusiasm is like interest or no?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Enthusiasm. Show enthusiasm, yes.
Name 2 things you must do during an interview. What is it?
What was the name?
Yes. The one
Oh, it's a dog.
on time.
So you must not do. Yes? Is that what it's saying?
Yeah.
You must not. What must you not do for an interview?
Yeah, not
You
late.
must not be late.
Not be late.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
You must not. Late. Or not be.
Is it also like how is it sluggish or
Yeah, so you must not. How would you put it? You must not
because she
be
said just now.
disinterested or be.
Just now she said that you don't show that you are. What's the term of it? She said.
Keep going.
You really make my mind come because all these things is I just put aside. Now it's really
It's really good.
That's right. That's why I said that what I am experiencing now is really make me, because to be honest, if not for going for a new job or applying for a new job, then I'm just like not delayed. Yeah, practical. What you should not do when you are going for an interview.
Perhaps not scratch, fidget, or perhaps not.
Yeah, because just now I remember she said that you don't show that you are. Is it that's the right word? Sluggish, or like you don't show that.
Disinterested.
Yeah, disinterested.
Don't be disinterested.
And last, how should you treat the other staff members while you wait for your interview. Be nice to staff.
Yes, absolutely. Very important. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because they will all have an opinion on you, believe me.
Yes.
Everyone will have an opinion. So let's have a look. Okay. It's important to be early. Why is it important to be early for a job interview? To give a good impression and that you are really interested in the job. That's excellent. All right. How should you dress for a job interview? In an appropriate way. So for your job, for example, as a housekeeper, what would you wear to that? You're not going to wear a party dress, are you? No.
Casual, nice, casual.
Smart casual, yes, absolutely. That would be very appropriate for that position. Definitely your hair done, everything nice, you know, a little bit of lipstick on perhaps, you know, nicely groomed, and a little bit of something wrong with my camera. Anyway, and yeah, sorry, there is something wrong with the camera. It's just like,
Yes, it's stuck. Battery.
Yeah.
Battery.
there we are. Fix that, right, okay. It's getting
Or
low.
maybe we can also put here, don't overdress, right?
Oh yes, that's right, don't overdress, don't underdress. There's lots of things, okay?
Mhm.
Then 3 things you must remember to do during the interview. Make eye contact, smile, and show enthusiasm. That's really good. That's excellent, okay? Don't be late and don't be disinterested, and be nice to the staff. Really important things to remember. So, I mean, they're really basic, but
Yeah.
they're really important things.
Yeah.
Now, these are questions you might be asked in a job interview. First one, okay. The absolute best thing you can do to prepare for a job interview is to practice your answers to the questions you're most likely to be asked. In other words, think about questions that the prospective employer might ask you and have an answer ready for him or her, okay? Say your answers out loud, practice them over and over, so that when you end up saying them to the right person, it's just so natural for you to say it, okay? You could even write them down, and it will significantly improve how well you perform when you're sitting nervously in that interview chair, because you will be nervous.
Yes,
You will walk
definitely.
in, you'll be nervous.
I am nervous now.
No, don't be nervous.
Oh.
But there, I mean, these questions perhaps don't pertain to you, but you know, look, let's run through them anyway. Here's some questions that are often asked in interviews. The first one is, tell me about yourself. Okay, so someone's going to say, tell me about yourself. You're going to go, freeze, what do I say, right? So just be ready with about a 1-minute answer that summarizes where you're at in your career or in your life even. You know, what you do and what your strengths are. So you might say something about, well, I've been living in Singapore for the last 12 years and I've been working as a housekeeper here in Singapore, and I'm working for a family at the moment, and I really enjoy working for that family. There is a lot of responsibility that comes with this job because I have to look after the children and I have to look after the household budget for food and various expenses. And this is something I really enjoy doing. You know, and just a little bit about yourself. You know, just think of a few nice things to say about yourself. The next question, what interests you about this opening? Now, this is where you show how much you know about the employer or the company. And in your case, this is a hotel. So you might actually go and visit the hotel before and look at the hotel, about the way it runs, and just have a look at it in general. You might ask around and see if anyone you know has ever stayed there, or read up about it, see if there's any newspaper articles, Google it on the internet and find out, have a look at the rooms, have a look at, you know, certain things that they do. They might have a lovely big function room that they have a lot of weddings in or something like that. Have a little bit of knowledge about the place before you go, okay? So you can then say something like, I've always been interested in the work you do for the environment or for your hotel. I'm really attracted to the way this hotel looks and the fact that you have functions for weddings, or you might say, oh, I like the size of this hotel, you only have 25 rooms and it's a really nice size hotel to be able to work in. And, you know, just think of some things you can say positively about the opening, about the job, okay? What do you know about our company so far? So they might ask you, what do you know about the hotel? Well, I know that you have 3 function rooms, and I know you have 25 guest rooms, and I know that you have a restaurant and you have a cafe, and just talk a little bit, do your homework. Just do your homework before you go, so that you've got something to talk about. Otherwise you're going to stand there looking like, oh, you won't have an answer for them, okay? Why did you leave your last job, or why are you thinking about leaving your current job? So give an honest answer. It might be something like, I have been doing this job for the family for the last 12 years, they're moving back to wherever, and I worked previously in housekeeping management, and I thought I would like to try it again, you know? So think of a reason that you are leaving your job or have left your last job, and be fairly honest about it. If you got the sack from a job, if you got fired, then you are honest about that, but you tell them that you learned from your mistake and you're looking now to move forward into the next position, okay? Tell me about your experience at your last job. So you tell them some really positive things like, oh, the family is really lovely, the children were all at school, but I really enjoyed taking them there and picking them up in the afternoons. I really enjoyed cooking for the family and cooking meals that they really enjoyed, and I used to go on the internet and find new recipes for them. Show that you had a little bit of initiative, that you did things that made the family's life better. Because that's your job. That's what you need to talk about. Okay? Why should we hire you and not somebody else? You should hire me because I'm very punctual, because I like this type of work, because I have some experience in this type of work. And you just talk about it in general and think of some reasons why they should hire you. Tell me about your strengths. You might say something like that you're trustworthy. It could be that you are hardworking, that you manage your time well, that you take responsibility, that you are happy to work extra hours when necessary, that you like to fit in with the family that you're working for, or just think about some positive things about yourself, okay? And this one might be interesting. Tell me about a time when, and this type of question will often be asked about situations relevant to the position. So for example, tell me when you had to take control of a situation or you had to deal with a difficult customer. So you might say something like, when I worked in the hotel back in the Philippines, we had one of the guests who was staying who complained about the way the housemaid had cleaned the room. So I had to go and see the guest, and I had to talk to him and apologise and have someone come in and clean the room again for him. And he was very happy by the time I finished, and he was happy with the way I handled it and so on. And I asked management to give him a free breakfast or extra coffee or a drink or something in the bar, or that you did something positive to turn that guest's experience from a bad one to a good one, okay? And what salary range are you looking for? Well, it's quite difficult. So you could just say that your last position paid you X, but had some staff benefits too, or you could just say, well, as I'm changing positions, I'm not sure what the industry pays at this point. Or you might even say, it might be in the ad, oh, I saw that you're paying this amount of money, and that is fine, that's what I'm looking for. And then they'll say, do you have any questions for me? So before you go to the interview, you think up one or two questions that you'd like to ask about the position. You don't ask about how much pay, you don't ask about how many holidays, okay? You could say things like, can you tell me how many people will be in the team I'll be working with? Or is there an opportunity for me to progress in this job? I'm really looking for a job where I can take extra responsibility and a little bit of a challenge, Or I'd like to really do things in this job that make the hotel look even better than it is now. It's an excellent hotel, but I'm hoping that in some way I can improve it. So I would really love it if you could tell me some of the ways I might be able to do that, right? So those sort of questions you would ask of him, okay? It's quite simple, it's not scary, but we're going to do a little bit of role play. I'm going to move that camera and you are going to interview me first, okay? So let's go and do an interview.
Good luck, me.
So we'll put this over here. I have to plug it in because the battery is definitely running out. All right?
Just what it says is not.
Yeah. So that's work there. Hang on. Nope, this is not going to work. Yes, it is. Let me put it. Oops. There we are. We'll do the interview over here, I think. Come over here. There we are. Now, all right, you're in the office there. You can be in the office. Hopefully we can see you on the camera there. Yep, okay. Okay, give me a go. Knock, knock.
Come in.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Sue. I've come
Hi.
for the position as housekeeper supervisor.
Okay.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm going to do a different one. I've come for the position as of salesperson in your shoe company.
Okay.
Because I really like shoes.
Have a seat.
Thank you. Oh, and here is a copy of my resume that I brought with me.
Okay. I will see this later.
Yeah, okay, that's fine, yes.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I have worked in the shoe industry for the last 25 years. I have a lot of experience in the shoe industry. I started out in David Jones in Sydney. I was a junior salesperson in their shoe department for about 3 years. And then after 3 years, I was promoted to manager of the department. And a couple of years later, I actually left David Jones and went to work for a shoe manufacturer. So I was working in the office, handling the sales of the shoes, and then I got involved in the design of the shoes. And so, yes, and it went from there. So, yeah, I like working in the industry. I have a small family, and my family is at school now, so I have lots of free time.
Okay. What interests you about this job?
Wow, shoes are one of my favorite things. I do have about 100 pairs to do.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Why do you want to change jobs?
Well, I have been working until recently part-time at a company, but I think it's time for me to go back full-time, and the company I was working for does not have a full-time position available. And I saw your advertisement, and I'm really interested in working full-time and working with your design team as well.
That's cool. Have you had experience in this type of work?
Yes, of course. As I said before, I've been in the industry for about 25 years, and so I feel that I know it really well.
Mm-hmm. I want to know, why should we hire you and not someone else?
Well, as I said, I have a lot of experience in this industry. I also am a person that takes great pride in my work. I'm very punctual. I turn up every day unless I'm desperately ill. I like to get to work a little bit early every morning to make sure that I've got everything organised before the workday starts. I'm quite talented in design shoes, and I have actually a couple of design. I have a portfolio I can show you of my own shoe designs, and they have been very successful.
Okay. Tell me more about your strength.
My strengths? I'm a team player. I really like to work with a team. I'm very much, I'm punctual, I'm trustworthy, I have a lot of energy, so when I have a project, I grasp it and I run with it until it's finished, and I really enjoy doing that.
Okay. Have you ever had to handle a difficult situation at work? How did you handle it?
Let me think about that. Yes, I did have a situation once where we put out a design of shoe, there was a design of shoe we were working on, and we did the prototype of the shoe, and we discovered that it just didn't work. The heel kept falling off. So I had to come up with a new design for that heel, and I had to do it quickly because we had a launch of that shoe in 2 weeks. So I quickly got it together again. I had another prototype made. We got the shoe done, and we managed to get it out to the show on time. So.
Okay. What is the best thing you have ever done in your working career?
I designed this shoe that had a 6-inch heel, and it was just beautiful.
Are you happy to take on extra responsibility, even if it means you might work extra hours sometimes?
Absolutely. As I said, my children are now at school, and I have lots of extra time to spend on my work, and I really like getting involved in work.
Okay. If I spoke with your previous boss, what areas would he or she say you need to improve?
It's an interesting one. Well, I could possibly. They might say I needed to improve on managing some of the processes in the shoe manufacturing. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
Certainly. How many staff members do you have?
It's only about 100.
Oh, it's a bit larger than I thought. And how many on your design team?
I think 10.
Oh, lovely, lovely. That sounds great.
Okay, that's the end of the interview.
Okay.
We will let you know
Thank you.
what is the result.
It's very nice to meet you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Oh no. I'm in trouble.
Here we go. Questions.
No.
This is the
I just
resume.
oh, okay. Okay.
This is
You know,
off.
me and my trusty secretary here are working away in our office.
Knock, knock.
Come in.
Hi.
Hello.
I am May.
Hello,
I'm here
May.
for the interview.
Lovely to meet
For
you,
the
May.
housekeeping
I'm
position.
Sue.
Hi.
Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Can I get you a glass of water or
Oh,
anything?
thank you. It's
Sure.
okay. Yes.
Okay. My secretary's here in the office
Hi,
today.
Julie.
She's a very nice secretary.
Oh.
Anyway.
And this is my resume.
Lovely. Thank you very much, May. This is wonderful. So you've come for the position of housekeeper supervisor.
Yes.
Yes, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. So you know a little bit about the position.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, before I start to work, before I work here in Singapore, I had an experience working in housekeeping
Okay.
housekeeping in Philippines in a
Oh,
hotel.
excellent, excellent. So tell me a little bit about your background.
I work now here
Mhm.
in Singapore in a family. I manage their household, taking care of their children.
Yes. Okay. And you enjoy that?
Yes, very
Yes.
much.
What's the nicest thing about it?
Because I just like or enjoyed in doing household chores and taking care of children.
Okay, lovely. And how old are the kiddies?
The kids are 6 to 12 years.
Oh, nice, nice. Oh, yes, it says that here in your resume.
Yeah.
Yes, because I've seen that now. So what interests you about this job then? If you really like that job, what interests you about this new job?
Because I've been with this job for 12 years,
Yes.
and I just think that I need to go to find another job that I really enjoyed also. Actually, because I had an experience in Philippines.
Yes, tell me, yes.
Yeah, when I work as a supervisor in a hotel.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
housekeeping.
Wonderful.
So I want to find or change or another change of job.
Okay, all right, yes. Okay, so have you had, you've had experience in this type of work. Tell me about that experience. How long did you work in the hotel?
It's 4 years.
And were you always the supervisor, or did you?
No, I did start as a housekeeping
Yes.
staff,
Yes.
and then after 2 years, my boss promoted me to become the housekeeping supervisor.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So you must have done your job well.
I think so.
Oh, excellent. That's great. So you were 2 years as a supervisor.
Yes.
And you enjoyed doing that?
Yes, very
How
much.
How many people did you supervise?
Around 10 people.
Oh, excellent. Did you ever have any difficult situations that you had to handle? And if you did, how would you handle those?
Yes, one time, one of the customer complain because his room is not properly clean.
Yes.
So I will go and talk to the customer,
Mhm.
and then I ask my staff to clean it again.
Yes.
And then I asked the hotel to give some free breakfast for that customer.
Oh, that was very nice. And he was happy after that?
He was very much happy.
Oh, that's good. That's great. That sounds an excellent solution. So, tell me about your strengths.
I think my strength is I can be a good supervisor to my staff because
Yes.
I know how it is to work as a
You've had experience
yes,
yourself. Yes.
how it is to work as a staff, like a housekeeping staff.
Yeah. That's
So
valuable
I think
information.
one of my strengths is I can relate to them
Mhm.
and can be a good supervisor. to
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay. Do you have any other strengths?
Yes, I'm stuck.
Are you punctual? Do you arrive on time?
Yes, definitely. Why are you so excited?
Okay. What is the best thing you've ever done in your working career?
The best thing I did in my working career is when I really showed to my boss eye contact. That is my weaknesses because I'm not confident.
Keep going.
Pardon,
Too aggressive.
pardon, can you repeat the question?
Okay. Where was I up to? What's the best thing you've ever done in your working career?
The best thing that I did to my working career is I make it sure that I show to the company that I work that I am trustworthy and they can rely that I will do a good job.
Excellent. Excellent.
So I think that's one of my
Okay, that's great. And are you happy to take on extra responsibility?
yes, definitely.
Yes?
Yes.
So you don't mind?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, that's good. And working extra hours is
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Yes?
As long as it needs I need to be there for the
Mhm.
job.
Okay. And you don't have family at home that's waiting for you or will cause a problem?
My children are all grown ups already.
Ah, that's
so
wonderful.
they can take care of themselves.
That's great. That's great. Now, if I spoke with your current boss,
Yes.
what areas would he say that you need to improve?
I think my boss will say that I need to improve more on to improve more on to trust more on myself or to be more
More confident?
yes, more confident.
Yes. Okay. That's interesting. And do you have any questions for me?
Yes. If you are going to take me on this job, how many staff do I have to?
We have a staff of 12 in that area.
Okay.
So you would be responsible for a staff of 12.
Okay.
Mhm.
And is it really necessary for me to do some overtime?
From time to time, the hotel gets quite busy. We have a lot of rooms here. So yes, not very often, but from time to time you may be required to work overtime, yes.
Okay, so that's all.
Okay, all right,
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's lovely to meet you, and we will be in touch.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay.
That's one thing of my weaknesses. I am scared for interview,
Okay.
so.
All right, we might turn this off now.